Rebecca, and I am an associate attorney here at Richards and Jurusik. And today we will be discussing the steps to check the wait times for your green card. Now, there's two sections we're going to be covering here. We're going to be talking about family-based applications and employment-based applications. Now, wait times for your green card will vary depending on the category you applied under, your country of birth, and the filing dates. Now, it also consists of two waiting periods. You're going to be subject to the Visa Bulletin and the USCIS case processing times. Starting with family-based, so if you are applying through a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident relative, you are in a family-based preference category. And those categories are F1, unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens, F2A for spouses and children of green card holders, F2B for unmarried adult children of green card holders, F3, married children of U.S. citizens, and F4, siblings of U.S. citizens. The second step to this is going to be finding your priority date, which is essentially your official place in line. Your priority date is the date USCIS received your Form I-130. This will be noted on the top left of your receipt notice, and you're going to use this date to check your spot in line. The third step is checking your spot in line through the Visa Bulletin. So you're going to visit travel.state.gov, click on Visa Bulletin, and select the latest month. And you're going to then find the family-based chart, which are those first couple of charts on that website. You're going to look for your category, look for your country of chargeability, which is essentially just your country of birth. And then you're going to compare your priority date to the dates listed in the final action dates or the dates for filing chart. If your date is earlier than those dates listed, your date is current and you are eligible to proceed with your applications. The other step to this process is USCIS processing times. Now, if you have already filed Form I-485 for an adjustment of status, you are going to go right to uscis.gov, check case processing times, select Form I-485 and your field office, and then this is going to show you the average wait time for your green card to be adjudicated. Now, some basic questions. So what if my spouse is a U.S. citizen? If that is the case, if your spouse is a U.S. citizen, or you are the child under the age of 21 of a U.S. citizen, or parent of a U.S. citizen, you are in the immediate relative categories and exempt from the Visa Bulletin. So you're not subject to those wait times as those family preference categories are. Another question here, what if I see retrogression in the bulletin? This does happen. We have seen it happen. If this does occur, unfortunately, you just have to continue to wait for that date to once again become current. Now, moving on to employment-based green card applications here, pretty much the same thing. You're going to need to know your category. If you are being sponsored by an employer, you fall into one of the following. There's EB1 for priority workers, so think your executives, high-level researchers, and whatnot. EB2, that is for advanced degrees or exceptional ability. EB3 for skilled workers and professionals. And your employer typically files a perm labor certification and Form I-140 on your behalf for this process. So next step again, find your priority date. Most employment-based cases have your priority date issued as the date the perm labor certification was filed. That is, unless you are exempt from perm and you are pursuing another process, in which case it is the I-140 filing date. Now, same thing as with the family preference categories, you're going to visit travel.state.gov, click on Visa Bulletin, select the latest month, and find those employment-based charts. You're going to match your category, find your country of birth, and then you will find where your priority date falls. Now, same with USCIS processing times. If you filed that I-485, check the processing times directly on uscis.gov, select that form and field office, and you can also track your biometrics, interview scheduling, and case updates that way as well. Now, some questions surrounding employment-based green cards. Why do certain countries have longer waiting times? This is because each country has an annual cap, and those countries who have higher demand for green cards or visas, anything for that matter, they face significant backlogs. So when you look at that Visa Bulletin, you're going to see that there's separate categories for those born in India, China, Mexico, and the Philippines. That is because from those countries, there are high rates of immigration, and that is why there is such a backlog. Now, to close up here, it is very important to use these tools and stay informed and on top of the status of your case. Your case status may change. You may be issued a request for evidence. You may be issued a biometrics notice. These tools are what you're going to use to check that status and really kind of figure out where you are in the process. So it's important to keep these on hand and use them as necessary. If you have any questions, we have plenty of resources on our website that explain all of this in more depth, or feel free to contact us directly, and we are more than happy to help you with your green card needs.